students that have gathered for this Nissan cause. And we also have a worker from Nissan who's going to give you some info. So if Mr. Calvin would come and fill these people with info and awareness of what's going on.
My name is Calvin Moore. I worked at Nissan for 11 years. I was terminated about a week ago. I was called to the office and was told that the productivity that I was putting out wasn't enough after 11 years. So they did a so-called investigation about it. Once they looked at that and saw that they couldn't let me go over that, my manager decided he wanted to talk to me after hours, but that's with no pay. When I refused to stay, they let me go. You know, after 11 years, you let go because you don't want to stay after hours and talk to your manager without getting paid for it. And they decide to let me go. Now this is what they use. They use intimidation on the temp workers, on the Nissan workers. We have workers there that have been there for 11, 12 years. You mention a union to them or something like that, talking about that, let's go to a union meeting, let's talk to a union, get their side of the story and this and that. They would tell you, I don't want to do that because I don't want to get fired. I feel if we get a union in this plant, they already let it be known in so many words, it's going to shut down. We're going to shut the plant down. It's a big possibility. This is how they tell you. There's a big possibility that we may close the plant if a union gets formed here. This is the type of intimidation they use to scare tactics towards Nissan workers that's have families and they scared to lose their job. And I tell them, you have workers' rights. Everyone has workers' rights. And it's up to you to fight for those workers' rights. And there's other type of intimidation. They show you videos showing you what's going on in Detroit. All these other car companies out there are supposed to be closing them down because of the union. We all know that's not true. We all know that's not true. They put more work on you. They have cut your insurance. All little things like this. This is what they tell you after they don't cut your insurance, do all this intimidation factor, show you no respect at all in the plant. They tell you, you ought to be glad that you have a job. At least you have a job. Some of these places, you don't have a job to go to. Yes, everyone's glad to have a job, have a place to work, but I would love to be respected about my job that I do. I don't know how a lot of individuals out there feel about a union or non-unions or whatever. But me personally, with disrespect and the disregard they show of how you put your work out in Nissan and what you do for Nissan, I think a union is much needed. I do appreciate it. Thank you for my name is Calvin Moore. Thank you.
We're going to win this battle. It's a long battle, but we're going to win this battle. It's a long fight, and they get it pretty treacherous with the way in which they try to intimidate and strike fear into the workers. They get pretty treacherous. And they know that as Carlyle says, no lie lasts forever.